Hello everyone, my name is Where You Won't Care What My Name Is, and here we go with the end of the year. And one last video before the year ends, and is going to be for my top 5 best films of this year. Now for this list, as I explained in the last video I did, I'm going to be focusing on films that got a lot of build-up, got a lot of hype, and were a big success. Now for this list as well, I'm only focusing on films that I feel are the best. Now if you guys have a different opinion of the films that you thought should have been on this list, and you can leave some comments below, let me know which ones you think. But for now, let's start off with number 5, shall we? Number 5 goes to Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so this film, I gotta say, I had a lot of fun watching because not only do I love hearing Queen music, but what I like about this is not just the story, which, let's be honest, does take a few liberties when it comes to what's real and fiction. And of course it has a simple formula. Band gets together, they are a big success, they break up, they go through some struggles, they come back together, and they're a big success again. That's pretty much the whole formula of the story. I love the characters though. I love the actor who they got to play as Freddie Mercury. I love him. He does the role so well. I'm glad they picked him instead of who they had in mind. But what made this film to me a big success was the choreograph. I love how they're able to move around and dance exactly the same way as the original Queen band used to do. Especially the actor who played Freddie. He just moves around as well as he did, and I just love it. He does a very good job with that performance, and hearing the music going along with it is just so awesome. And what makes it even better is that we find out behind the scenes that apparently the actors even learned how to play the instruments as well. And even had the original band members come and help them out and give them their blessing as well. So I thought that's actually pretty cool. It makes the film very enjoyable and it's very good. Now, it does have its flaws, but it's still not a bad film. And it's one of the reasons why I picked it as one of my top 5 films. Now let's move on to number 4, and that's A Quiet Place. Okay, so story for this, you got it from pretty much the trailer. This family is trying not to make any sort of noises because there's these aliens that apparently hunt with sound, and if they make any sort of noise, the aliens just come running towards it to try to get their food. So that's pretty much the story for it, and to be honest with you, I didn't actually mind the story because I don't think we've ever had a film where they could not make any sort of noise. Maybe I forgot what the other one was, where these 3 thieves, they are locked inside this house with a blind man who's a serial killer, and they can't make any sort of noise. Maybe that, but what makes it is that none of the actors say anything. They're quiet, they can't make any noises, they have to do sign languages. And I like that because there is a lot on the line. You can feel the drama, you can feel the pressure of what these characters are going through because you don't want them to make any sort of noises. And there's even a scene where there's this nail on the stairs and like one of the characters steps on it, like, oh my god, that's just, you cringe when you feel that because you feel that kind of pain. And I love it when a film's able to do that, like gets you so invested in this whole thing. Now yes, it does have its flaws when it comes to the aliens and what their weaknesses are, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was still good. I thought it was still a very enjoyable film. But I also didn't think the aliens should have been in it. I think it should have been something else, but whatever. Point is, not a bad film, and it's certainly one of the reasons why it's on my top 5. Now let's go on to number 3. Number 3 goes to Mission Impossible Fallout. Dun, 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 dun. I can't do it, but you get the idea. This is one of the best films they've done. Story for this, you already know what it is. They get a mission, they have to complete it, they have to stop the bad guys, that's pretty much it. Characters, don't mind any of them, especially Tom Cruise. Thankfully his ego has gone down a little bit, but what made this film so good is the action scenes. I mean, my god, the action scenes for this film is very good. Like, once the action starts, it keeps building up, building up, and building up, and building up. You see a lot of the crazy stunts they do, a lot of the craziness they do. Like, it is so good. Like, you don't get tired of any of the action scenes. You don't get tired of what they do, some of the craziness they do in this film. Like, it's very good. I love how well they're able to do that. I mean, I do wish this would be the end of it because I don't think Tom Cruise can do more of these films. Especially how he's killing himself. I mean, what's next? Going into space? Don't give him any ideas. I think he might actually do that. But you get the idea. This was a very good film. I loved it. The action scenes were so awesome. I got so hyped. It was so ridiculously stupid, but they were still fun. And that's what I miss in these sort of films. Like, yes, it's not exactly a chick flick. It's more of a guy film, but it's still fun. It's still great. And I certainly am not going to get tired of them doing more of these ridiculously stupid stunts, as long as they don't go way too ridiculous. Which is, at this point, pretty much impossible now. Alright, let's go on to number 2, and that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Alright, so when I saw the trailer for this, I thought, it's gonna be campy, it's gonna be goofy, it's gonna be kid-friendly, but no, there was actually some dark scenes in this film. Not gonna lie, I did not expect that. But what I like about this is the story for this focuses on Miles Morales. Now, I do know who he is, but I never really got into his character a little bit, or wrote more into his character until I saw this film. And when this film gave us an introduction to Miles and his origin, how he becomes Spider-Man, I thought, this is very good. This is a very good origin for Miles Morales. I love the interaction he has with the other spider heroes, and how they end up in his world, and how they all have to work together to stop the Kingpin. I like it. I like the story a lot, and I love the drama that's in this. You feel very bad for Miles. You feel that you know he can do this, and this is a good origin story for him, and it's told so well. I love it. You're hooked on this. You're very much supportive, and the characters, all of them are very good. I love Peter B. Parker. Sorry. I love Gwen Stacy in this. I love Penny Parker. I love Spider-Ham, who I actually thought I was gonna hate. But no, he was very good. I love him. He was very funny. Spider-Noir playing by Nicolas Cage. Oh, Nicolas Cage, you need to do more of these films, man. This is your calling. The animation for this is a combination of the comic book, the old school comic book style, and the animation with what we have now. It's well done. I actually like it. And I like how all these characters look very much like from a comic book. And they're told very well. I love the thought bubbles as well. I thought that's so cool, and it's so nostalgic as well. So they do a very good job with this film, and you do feel the heart in this film. You love watching everything that's going on in this film, and makes me again remind me how much I love Spider-Man, how much of a great hero he is. Whether it's Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, or in this case Miles Morales, doesn't matter, because they're all great characters, they're all great spider heroes, and it's what I love about the Spider-Verse. I'm hoping they do another one. Well, they are doing another one with all female crew, which I'm looking forward to, but hopefully another one where it is a lot from the comics, so curious to see how that's going to go. But for now, this is great, I love it, but it's not number 1. The number 1 film that I feel was the best of the best, and I'm cheating a little bit here, because I did say only one superhero film, but technically Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is an animated film, so the number 1 film of this list goes to Avengers Infinity War. I know I should probably pick Black Panther, but this is the film we've been looking forward to watching for 10 years. Think about that. For 10 years we have been waiting to see how this film was going to go, because when we got to the Avengers films, a lot of people didn't think we were going to get to that point with the other Marvel films, but they were able to build it up slowly. They've done a great job with their films, and once the Avengers was a success, and they continued making more successful films, and we finally found out they were going to do an Infinity War film, we got hooked on it. We were looking forward to seeing this. We were looking forward to seeing how 10 years into the making has led up to this moment, and it was great. The story for this, like, my God, you are so invested in this. You're so hooked on this. I made sure not to look up any spoilers, because I wanted to see how this film was going to go, and sure enough, this was a great story, a great build-up, great pacing. You're so hooked on this. You're heartbroken by the end of it. You have so many great characters in this film that you've grown up to watch for 10 years. I love every single one of them. Special effects, the fight scenes, my God, this was so great. But what made this film so good, in my view, that felt was better than the rest of the films of this list, was because it gave us a shocking surprise at the end. Because in all these Marvel films, the characters somehow find a way to win, and none of the main characters are killed off. They find a way to survive, they find a way to still be alive. But this one, they don't win. A lot of their characters have been killed off. A lot of our favorite characters have been killed off. And you're shocked by that because you're like, oh my god, they actually did it? They actually went with that direction? Oh my god, this is awesome! You didn't see it coming. None of us saw it coming. We thought they were going to find a way to win in the end. But then they gave us a heartbreaking ending and an amazing post-credit scene. I'm like, wow, that was good. Like, you're left emotionally drained by the end of it. That's why I feel this film is the #1 best film of this year. Because not only did it shock us, it left us in awe and left us heartbroken and emotionally drained. But it got us hooked up for the next film. The next one is coming out soon. 4 months, guys. That's how long we're going to wait. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have a different opinion about these 5 films that I mentioned, or if you feel there are other films that you thought should have been on this list, leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my Facebook page. Check out my Twitter page. And I'll see you all next time, guys, for 2019, where I give you more love, where I will continue to give you more love, continue to entertain you all, and continue to give you all a good time. So take care. I love you guys. Happy New Year's.